Welcome back to another CG Sit-Down for this week of National FFA Week and our interviewing of our FFA members. For this episode, we have Miss Jones, a student teacher here. She's been teaching our ag classes and been really included in our FFA here for the past few weeks. So she's going to come and answer some questions kind of about what's going on for this week and kind of how she got into FFA. So I'll start it off. To you, what is FFA?
FFA is the intracurricular club for ag education. So that means that what we learn in the classroom is applied in the club, and you have to be enrolled in an ag class to be in FFA. So we used it as a supplement to the classroom. So like if we're learning currently about vet science terminology, we'll use it in a few weeks at the contest, at the vet science contest. So it's really just a supplement for the classroom to apply what we're learning.
That's awesome. See your question over there?
Yeah, I can see it because of the light. So what made you join FFA?
So I got into ag ed originally because I wanted to work with what's called Heifer International, which is where you like fundraise and you can send money to a town like overseas, and they'll buy like a dairy heifer or something for them to raise and have milk from to feed that town. And then when I moved to college, I started meeting people who hadn't grown up in ag, and there was a big disconnect between where our food is coming from and where it's being consumed.
Of course,
Yeah, so I want to get into educating young people about where their food comes from and trying to bridge the gaps between food production and food consumption.
And I think that's a huge, problem in today's,
Absolutely.
like that big gap, like you said, I like how you said that gap between people not knowing from where their food comes from, and it's been creating a lot of issues, a lot of protests.
Absolutely.
And people trying to shut down some of our ag industries, which can't be shut down, or else we can't, provide enough food for the world as it's growing. We have to find out ways to maximize our production, and I think people are trying to fight it, then we're never going to get anywhere with it.
Exactly.
So you talked about going to college, so that kind of leads me into my next question. Where and what are you going to college for?
Yep, so I am technically a K-State student studying agricultural education. So I'm a senior right now. I'm in my last semester at K-State. The class that I am enrolled in to be here is called Educational Internship or something along those lines, and we are placed in schools to get to spend multiple days in the life of an ag teacher. So I have been gradually taking over classes. I'm up to 4 a day right now, and next week I'll be up to 5, and so eventually I will have all of you all day long. So
that's awesome. So do you get to really kind of choose what high school do you go to, or do they say, here, this is where we're putting you? So either you go or you don't.
Yep, so they give us a list of like a bunch of options they think would be a good fit for us, and then we get information about each school. So we don't really get to know the people or whatever. So I was really drawn to this school because of how new the program is. I think that starting new programs in America is going to be a big step towards bridging gaps. So I was really excited to come to Canton-Galva and get to see such a new chapter.
Yeah, and Miss Austin's so good at, doing that exactly. You know, she's already started 2 chapters, and she's just phenomenal at what she does and the care she puts into things. She's awesome. She's probably a great person to sit behind and, observe from.
Yes, she gives me lots of great feedback and good ideas. So
of course,
it's been amazing to have her.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And how's your K-State experience going?
So I was only there, so I transferred to K-State from Colby Community College. I went there, I rode on the equestrian team, and I got my farm and ranch management degree before I transferred to K-State. So I was there fall of 20, so like their first full COVID year, and then like last fall was my last semester actually in Manhattan. So I didn't really get the true like K-State experience with everyone next to each other, but it was still really good.
Awesome.
The ag ed professors there are very invested in making you like good teachers. So
I've heard that,
Yes, absolutely. And even such as like they are willing to travel across the state for us if it means that we'll get a good placement and a good match for us. So that is something that some other colleges won't do. So that is very nice to be able to go all over the state if it means getting a good match for student teaching. So.
Yeah, and I've heard times over and over again that, K-State's one of the top ag schools in the nation.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And I don't know, that's really awesome to have that in our state.
Yes.
And, have that ability, like you said, to have somebody so invested in ag, not only in our state, but just in the world, period. So
absolutely, yes.
That's awesome.
So going on to the next question, what is National FFA Week?
So National FFA Week is like a celebration. We do like it's community service is really not to put on display, but like emphasize during that week. So it's FFA Week of Service, and then we just kind of celebrate the growth of FFA. So like this year is the 95th or 6th year of FFA.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember exactly. We'll have to fact check that later. But I know that at some point in my teaching career very soon we will get to 100, and I'm very much excited for that because it's going to be big. But it's during the week of George Washington's birthday on President's Day, so we actually don't have school that Monday. So we only get 4 days here, but it's okay. We're going to celebrate and do all things FFA. We have a Spirit Week for it, so it's going to be pretty great.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know FFA was that old. Almost 100 years, and our school's only had it for 3.
I was thinking maybe like 30, between 30 and 50.
Yeah.
We started in 1928.
That's crazy because, you know, with kind of how we are around here, you know, kind of so centralized in this kind of ag industry with, you know, the big elevator and so many fields of grain and cows, and for that to be going on for so long and not have that program here, just that's crazy. Like Preston said, I would have guessed maybe 40, 50 years. That's awesome. But you know, it's done so many things for, you know, our school already in our community that, you know, it's awesome.
Yes.
So I guess to kind of tie into that, do you have any plans for National FFA Week? Anything special going on?
Yes. So we have put together the FFA Spirit Week. So we have different days of like Blue and Gold Day. We have I think a hat day one day and Hawaiian shirt day. So that'll be going on. And then during our seminar or our study hall time, we'll have some activities to go along with that too. So there's some Olympics happening and so a few other activities. So
sweet.
all things to highlight agriculture.
That'd be really cool. And then we plan on, you know, kind of putting these out, you know, every day of the week. So you get to meet a new member or two. So that'd be really cool. I thought we could, you know, pitch into that. So that's pretty awesome. But I'm excited. This is only our third National FFA Week. And, you know, the first one was kind of a, you know, poke around here and there to see kind of what people were liking in FFA. But, you know, we've really kind of exploded and turned into a really good chapter. So I'm kind of excited because I think it's going to be our best one yet.
This is a really good chapter here, yeah. You guys have done good things.
Oh, yeah. So what are your, like, plans for, like, the future and, like, teaching for ag and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I graduate from K-State in May, and I'll get my teaching license and do all of that things. So currently working on job applications in different schools, and we will see how that pans out.
Are you looking to stay kind of around the Kansas area? Or are you looking to get out and spread your wings? Or
currently am not looking inside of Kansas. So I currently have applications open in Colorado and Kentucky. We will see. Might add a few more states to list. Who knows? We'll see how the first few pan out.
Yeah. Is there anything that really ties you to Kentucky and Colorado? Or is that what you said, Colorado?
Yeah, yep. I have family in Colorado, so anything around where they live. And then Kentucky's just cool, you know?
It is.
Kentucky Derby's down there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming and joining us on this episode of CG Sit Down.
Yeah, no problem.
We look forward to seeing where you go and kind of how you succeed. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.